What if I told you some of the richest people in the world don't look rich at all? Not because they're struggling, but because they mastered one skill most people ignore: keeping money. See, most people focus on making more money, but almost nobody talks about the silent habits that stop money from disappearing. And that's why someone can earn a huge salary and still feel broke every month. Meanwhile, another person with an average income quietly builds freedom, peace, and eventually wealth. The scary part? Most people don't lose millions because of one bad decision. They lose it slowly, one daily habit at a time. A takeout here, a replacement there, a purchase they didn't even remember making. And over years, those tiny leaks become a financial flood. But today, I want to show you 5 simple frugal habits that can completely change your future. Not complicated, not extreme, not live like a monk advice, just real habits that ordinary people use to create extraordinary financial freedom. And stay until the end, because the 5th habit is the one almost nobody practices anymore, and it might be the biggest wealth-building secret of all. Don't forget to share this video with someone who needs encouragement right now. And subscribe for more videos that help you build wealth, peace, and a smarter life one step at a time. Let's get into it. Point 1. Cook more at home. There's something dangerous about convenience. Not because convenience is evil, but because it hides the true cost. A quick delivery order feels small in the moment. It's just one meal, but one meal becomes 3. 3 becomes 10. 10 becomes a lifestyle. And suddenly you're spending money not because you're hungry, but because you're tired. And honestly, most people are. After work, after school, after stress, after traffic, cooking feels like another job. So people pay for ease. But here's the hidden truth. Cooking at home isn't just about saving money. It's about taking back control. Control of your health. Control of your spending. Control of your future. Imagine 2 people earning the exact same income. One constantly buys fast food, snacks, expensive drinks, and delivery meals. The other learns a few simple home meals. Nothing fancy. Rice, pasta, chicken, eggs, vegetables, basic meals. 5 years later, their lives look completely different. Because wealth is rarely built through giant moments. It's built through repeated decisions. Small daily improvements are the key to staggering long-term results. That quote sounds simple, but it's life-changing. And here's what most people don't realize. Cooking at home also teaches patience. You stop chasing instant comfort. You become intentional. And intentional people usually win financially. So next time you think, it's just food, remember this. You're not only buying dinner, you're buying a habit. Point 2. Buy quality items that last. Cheap can become very expensive. Most people learn this too late. They buy the cheapest shoes, the cheapest phone accessories, the cheapest bags, the cheapest furniture. And then something happens. It breaks. So they buy it again, and again, and again. Meanwhile, someone else buys one high-quality item once and keeps it for years. That's when you realize frugal people are not always the people spending the least money. Sometimes they spend more upfront, so they can spend far less later. The bitterness of poor quality remains long after the sweetness of low price is forgotten. Think about that. A lot of people are trapped in replacement cycles. Cheap today, expensive tomorrow. And companies know this. Many products today are designed for quick replacement, not long-term ownership. That's why truly frugal people ask a different question before buying something. Not how cheap is this, but how long will this serve me? That one mindset shift can save thousands over time. And there's another hidden benefit. Quality reduces stress. You stop constantly worrying about things failing, breaking, or needing replacement. Your life becomes calmer. And honestly, peace has value too. Imagine opening your closet, your room, or your workspace, and everything you own actually works well. Not clutter, not junk, not random impulse purchases. Just fewer things, better things. That's not deprivation. That's maturity. Point 3. Track every expense. This habit changes everything. And yet, Most people avoid it because tracking your spending forces you to face reality. And reality can feel uncomfortable. You realize how much disappears on little things. Subscriptions you forgot about, impulse purchases, tiny emotional spending. Money leaks silently. That's the scary part. You rarely notice where your money went. You only notice that it's gone. But the moment you start tracking every expense, something powerful happens. You become aware, and awareness changes behavior naturally. What gets measured gets improved. Simple, but powerful. You don't need complicated spreadsheets. You don't need to become obsessed. Even writing down your daily spending in a notebook can completely change your mindset. Because now every purchase has a moment of accountability. And suddenly you pause before buying things you don't truly need. Not because you're cheap, but because you're conscious. There's a huge difference. See, unconscious spending creates stress. Conscious spending creates confidence. And confidence with money feels incredible. Imagine waking up without that quiet anxiety in the background. Imagine knowing exactly where your money is going. Imagine not fearing your bank balance. That peace starts with awareness. Not more income. Awareness. Point 4. Invest the money you save. This is where frugal habits become life-changing. Because saving money alone is not enough. You have to give your money a job. Most people save, then spend later. But wealthy thinkers save, then build. That's the difference. Every time you avoid unnecessary spending, you create a small financial seed. And invested consistently over time, tiny seeds become forests. This is the part people underestimate. Not because it's flashy, but because it's slow. And we live in a world addicted to fast results. But real wealth is usually quiet in the beginning. Very quiet. $1 saved. $10 invested. A small consistent habit repeated for years. It looks insignificant until time enters the equation. Then everything changes. Money grows through consistency more than intensity. Think about the emotional difference between these two futures. One person spends every extra amount immediately. Temporary excitement. Constant financial pressure. Another person invests small amounts consistently. First, nothing looks different. But years later, one feels trapped. The other feels free. Freedom is the real goal. Not impressing strangers. Not chasing status. Freedom. Freedom to rest. Freedom to help family. Freedom to choose your life instead of surviving it. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to start big. You just need to start. Point 5. Repair before replacing. This habit used to be normal. Now it feels rare. Today, something breaks and people immediately think, I need a new one. But older generations understood something powerful. Not everything needs replacing. Some things just need care. And honestly, that mindset applies to more than money. We live in a culture that constantly pushes upgrades. New phone, new clothes, new trends, new everything. But constantly replacing things creates a dangerous mindset. Nothing is ever enough. And that mindset keeps people financially exhausted. Frugal people think differently. Before replacing something, they ask, can this still serve me? Sometimes the answer is yes. A small repair, quick fix, a little patience, and suddenly you avoid spending hundreds unnecessarily. But there's an even deeper lesson here. Repairing things teaches gratitude. You stop treating everything as disposable, including your money. The fastest way to feel rich is to appreciate what you already have. That's powerful, because many people are chasing a dream life while ignoring the value already sitting in front of them. And when you stop constantly upgrading your life, you finally start upgrading your future. Now imagine this for a second. Imagine yourself 1 year from today. You cook more often. You spend more intentionally. You stop wasting money trying to impress people who barely notice. You track your expenses calmly. You invest consistently. You repair instead of replacing impulsively. And slowly your life changes. Not overnight, but steadily. Your stress drops. Your savings grow. You stop panicking every time an unexpected bill appears. You feel lighter. more confident, more in control. And maybe for the first time, you realize wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about living peacefully. That's the transformation most people truly want. Not luxury, peace. Here's the biggest lesson of all. Frugality is not punishment. It's self-respect. The saying, "My future matters." A lot of people think frugal living means deprivation. But real frugality is simply removing waste, so you can create freedom. And there are two types of people in this world. People who use money to temporarily feel better, and people who use money to build a better life. One stays stuck in cycles. The other slowly transforms their future. And the difference often comes down to daily habits nobody applauds. That's the irony. The habits that look boring today often create the most beautiful lives tomorrow. So if there's one thing I hope you remember from this video, it's this: small habits become big futures. You do not need to change your entire life overnight. Just start with one habit. Cook one more meal at home. Track 1 week of spending. Repair one item instead of replacing it. Invest one small amount consistently. Progress beats perfection. Always. And if this video spoke to you, comment below. Future over impulse. I'd love to hear which habit you're starting first. Share this video with someone who needs encouragement right now. And subscribe for more videos that help you build wealth, peace, and a smarter life one step at a time. Your future is being shaped by the little things you do daily. Make those little things count.